What if Goku? Hey guys, it's Goku 24 Junior, and I'm gonna be doing what if Goku was OP and betrayed 18 plus part 1. Please guys, subscribe, put on the call, turn on the notification button, and I'll post every day. And I would like to at least get about 50 subscribers, guys, or 50 likes. Then I'll continue with part 2, or I might just do it even more. Okay, let's start. On year 737, a special Saiyan was born. His name was Kakarot. Kakarot! He was born overpowered. He had normal ki, destroyer ki, angel ki, and omni ki. He had unlimited stamina, unlimited potential. He was also born with legendary Super Saiyan ki and was an immortal deity. His power level as a child was at 200 million. Bardock and Guinea were proud of their son, but King Vegeta was jealous that Goku is born stronger than Vegeta and him. So he exiled Goku like he did to Broly because of his high power level. Goku's parents were Guinea and Bardock were angry at King Vegeta for exiling their son, because he was stronger than the prince and himself. And Goku was sent to planet Earth. While Goku was going to planet Earth, Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta. Goku landed on Earth, but Grandpa Gohan didn't find him. Kami found him because he saw that because he sensed Goku the moment he came on Earth, that he was a deity. And so the moment he landed on Earth, he was a deity. So when he found him, he named him Goku. Goku was first arrogant, but when Kami hit him in his head with his staff, Goku became more calm and started to train with Kami. Kami saw that Goku gets stronger in every minute, so he trained him a lot more harder. One day on a full moon, Goku transformed into his Uzaru state and while he was in his Uzaru state, he tried to kill Kami, but when Kami was about to cut his tail, Goku came in control and said to Kami, it's fine. He's fine now. He can. He mustn't cut his tail. It's actually how he gets stronger. And Goku, when he transformed into his great ape, he actually screamed a lot and he unlocked his overpowered power. And when Kami saw Goku can transform in that and he can go to control, he knew that there must be other transformations, and he trained Goku for 12 years. And after 12 years, Goku got 112 times stronger than he was, and his power level was at 222,400,000,000. And since he also got Super Saiyan and unlocked his overpowered power, he got to a power level of 1,100,000,000. After unlocking his Super Saiyan and unlocked his overpowered power, he got to a power level of 1,100,000,020,000,000 at his Super Saiyan. And after those years, Kami said it's time for Goku at least to go on his journey on planet Earth and help some people. So when he went down, he saw Grandpa Gohan. And Grandpa Gohan greeted him, and Goku would be wearing this armor here. And when Grandpa Gohan greeted him, he asked what is a young boy doing here. As Goku said, he might be a young boy, but he is very, very strong. As Grandpa Gohan said, is that so? Do you mind if he tested his power on him? As Goku says, he couldn't. He would one shot kill Grandpa Gohan. One shot take down Grandpa Gohan. And Grandpa Gohan, seeing that, he powered up his Kamehameha wave and shot it at Goku. Goku stopping it with one hand, saw that Kamehameha wave and tried it somewhere else. As he said, Kamehameha, as his one went so big that so big that it almost destroyed this whole the whole. It almost destroyed that place. The way he went, it almost destroyed it. But and while he was shot that Kamehameha wave, Bulma there said, "Hey, who did that? You know, I almost died from that." As Goku said, "Oh, sorry, my bad. It was my first try doing it." As Bulma said, he said, "My name is Bulma, and I'm looking for the Dragon Ball." As Grandpa Kwan said, "You mean that orb that I've always kept?" He says, "Yes." Said, "Do you mind if I take it?" Grandpa Kwan says, "What is it for?" It can grant, if you collect all 7 of them, it can grant you one wish. As Grandpa Kwan said, "Okay, have a nice journey." As Goku said, "Hey Palmer, do you mind if I join you? I can help you with I can help you get the Dragon Balls." It says, Bulma says, "Why would I go with the child?" As Goku says, "You saw what I just did with that power? I can help you when you're in danger." As Bulma first thought about it and says, "Okay, Goku, you can join me." And Goku, after using the Kamehameha wave, he got to a power level of 20 trillion, just using the Kamehameha wave, not the Kamehameha wave's power. That's when he used it. He got to a power level of 20 trillion 420 billion, and he was very strong. And when they went with Bulma, Grandpa Kwan said good luck. As Kami was watching and saw Goku's power as he was now then, and when he saw it, he was very amazed. And on Zeno's palace, when Goku used that Kamehameha wave, they saw the scene, and they saw and Grand Priest and the Omnikin said, "Wow, to believe a mortal can withstand a child, that child could withstand that power as a boy." As Goku, as the Omnikin said, "Well, Daishingin, he's not an ordinary Saiyan. He's a Saiyan God." As saying, "Wow, I've never heard of that before, but that is pretty impressive." As he says, I might even train that Saiyan because of his great potential." As the Omnikin said, "Yes, but not now. There is something that will happen to him. After that happens, then you can train him." Daishin said, "What will?" Senui says, "That boy will be betrayed by his friend after some time." As Daishin says, "Oh," it says, you should go tell Kami, you should go tell Kami that you will be taking care of Goku, that guardian of Earth. You will be taking care of Goku after some years." As Daishin says, "Yes, my lord," and he went to Kami, talked to him. As Kami said, "He understand, but can he come back? Can Goku come? Can he come take Goku after when his other version came out?" And when Bulma and Goku collected the Dragon Balls. When they made Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi asked if he could marry Goku. Goku, knowing what marriage is, said he can't now, but he might when he's older. And they met the Oz King, the Pilaf gang. They took the Dragon Balls, and they met Master Roshi. Goku seeing that Master Roshi can do the Kamehameha, he says, "Hey, how do you know that? I only thought the Gohan knows that power." He says, "Gohan, you know Gohan?" Says, "Yeah, I met him today." As Master Roshi says, how do you know he says, how do you know that he uses the Kamehameha wave?" "Well, he asked me if I could spar with him, so I blocked it with one finger." And Master Roshi was like, "Hey, you must be lying, boy, or you must be dreaming." He says, "Actually, I did, and I also learned the Kamehameha wave." As Master Roshi says, you will have to spend 50 years to actually master the Kamehameha wave." As Goku says, "If you think I'm lying, then I'll show you." As Goku used the Kamehameha, and he blasted it out. As Bulma says, "That thing almost killed me, He said that thing almost killed me when he was parting with Gohan. As Bulma was like, as Master Roshi was like, yeah. Well, boy, you have a lot of potential to use the Kamehameha that early as Goku said, yeah. And after some time, he told him that he can go to a grade ape form, but he can go to his grade ape form, but he first want control. Master Roshi got scared at this and actually told Bulma, and they also met Yamcha here and also told Bulma. And when Master Roshi told them, he told them that Goku can go in this great ape and he might lose control again. And they said they can't be friends. They said they can't be friends with Goku. As Goku was saying why they can't, is they said that they said if he can go to that great ape form, he might even destroy them. They even convinced Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi said he would never marry Goku ever if he can go that, and he will never ever be friends with Goku. Even Krillin here was friends with Goku, and he said, "Get out of here, Goku. We don't want you. You will kill us if we let you be our friend." Goku being sad here was going back to Master Roshi, was going back to Kami's lookout. But in some time he saw that Grandpa Gohan was fighting with someone. As Kami sensed and said, "Wow, then I think you'll have to take Goku early, the Lord Daishingin, because my half has just been broken. This seal has just been broken." As he was fighting Grandpa Gohan seeing that there's no one to help, Goku, who was flying, said, hey, old man, Grandpa Gohan, you need some help with this guy who's flying? Says, "Oh, Goku, thank you. Can you help me with this guy?" As Goku says, "Don't worry, I'll handle him." As Piccolo says, "Ha ha ha! How can a young cunt like you think he can take me on?" As Goku said, "Well, I can." And you see, he says, "Even if I'm still old, I can take you on." As he powered up a mouth blast, as Goku didn't even disperse it or something. It didn't even phase Goku. As Goku was brushing the dust off his clothes and said, "Is that all you have?" As he says, "How dare you, cunt!" And before anything, he knew that Kami told him that his counterpart, if he dies, he'll die. So Goku saw that King Piccolo was spitting out an egg, and when he spit out an egg, Goku went so fast and catched it and went back and threw a giant key blast to King Piccolo and killed him, and brought the egg to Kami and said, "Hey Kami, I found King Piccolo spit out this egg. Is it this counterpart?" As Kami says, "Yes, Goku, it is, but since you brought it to me, I might just make it a pure-hearted Piccolo." As Goku says, "Okay, at least if that's happening." And he says, "Well, I guess I'll stay here now." As Goku said, as Kami said, "No, Goku, you won't. You will come back here after some years, but for now you won't." As he says, "Why?" Kami says, as Daishingin came and says, "Hello, Goku. My name is Daishingin, and I'm the Grand Priest." As says, your power, it's amazing. I can sense that you have that kind of power that I also have." Daishingin was wondering, "What are you talking about?" Saying, as when he sensed on Goku's power, he sensed some angel key in him. He says, "Wow, you are very strong and impressive. You even have my key." As Kami was like, he says, "I could only sense the godly power in him." As Daishingin says, "Yes, I see you could only sense that power, but he has another power in him. He has the power of the god of destruction and my angel key." That's all Daishingin could sense. But when he got to the Zeno Zeno who sends the Omni key in him, but he didn't say anything. He says, "Hello, Goku. I would like to be friends with you." As Goku says, "Okay." So since Zeno was actually very nice and he was understandable that his friends betrayed him for something, he says, "I understand, Goku. I'll be your friend." And Goku here first thought he wouldn't trust him, but he says, "I've been living here for billions and trillions of years, Goku. You think I wouldn't understand your thing? I've had worse things, but don't worry, I'll be your friend." And Goku accepted it as Daishin says, well, Goku, we're gonna train." As Goku says, really? He says, "I'm gonna get you far stronger than you are now, Goku." As Goku says, "Okay, Daishinkin." And Daishinkin's full power, guys, is septendecillion. That's Daishingin's full power. Is not even close to the Omni King. The Omni King's power is at hexavigintillion. The Daishingin is at septendecillion. So the Omni King is Daishinkin is 11 times stronger than Daishinkin, since let's say the Omni King is at septendecillion. Octovigintillion is at 12 times stronger. And Goku is still at a trillion. So Daishingen says, since Goku is 12 years old, Daishingen says he will be training him for till he's 19 years old. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He'll be training him for 7 years. He'll be training him for 7 years. Then Goku will go back to Earth to face off his brother and some other saints that will come. So face off his brother, and Goku says, "Okay, Daishinkin." Goku trained with Daishinkin non-stop in the divine hyperbolic time chamber for 7 years, and since it was 7 years outside in the world, there it was 7 billion years there, and Goku was training with Daishinkin and training. He got a lot stronger. He unlocked his Super Saiyan. He already unlocked his Super Saiyan, but he got it a lot stronger. He unlocked his Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He unlocked, let's say just he unlocked all the Saiyan transformation until Super Saiyan 20 billion in those 7 years. And he also unlocked his God key, only unlocked his Destroyer key, his Angel key, his Super Saiyan God Blue, Super Saiyan God 2. Super Saiyan God, like the red form, Super Saiyan Super Saiyan God 2 and 3, and he got to Super Saiyan Blue 1, 2, 3, and Evolution 1, 2, 3, and he went to his Ultra Instinct, and he went to his Mastered Ultra Instinct, and beyond his Mastered Ultra Instinct. And he went to Master Ultra Instinct, beyond Master Instinct 1, 2, 3, and went to Primal Instinct. Goku went to all the instincts since the instinct is at Primal Instinct, he surpassed that. And without Daishinkin knowing, Goku actually unlocked his Omni power. In this, Goku unlocked all of these forms. And all of these forms in 300 billion years. And in those 300 billion years, when he unlocked his Omni key, Daishinkin could sense it, but when the Zeno sensed it, he says, "Don't worry, Daishinkin, I'll handle it from now. He's far stronger than you." Daishinkin's power level, I said, is at octodecillion. Let's say the Omni King is at octovigintillion, and Goku now is at duotovigintillion. And Zeno trained him for the past 400 billion years, and Goku actually got very strong, and actually after some time he actually surpassed the Omni King, and went to a power level of 900 Google. and he was this close to getting to Goku Blacks. And after Goku Blacks, it will be like an infinite power level. And Goku was a dual Trigintillion, and he was at Goku, and he has already surpassed Daishinkin, the angels that destroys everyone, even the Omni King. Now Daishinkin and the Omni King said, "Hey, wow, Goku." So after some, let's say Goku unlocked his Omni form in those 3 years, and actually got and went stronger than Daishi, and went stronger and gotten stronger than the Omni King in the past 2 billion years. After he unlocked his Omni Key, for the past 2 other years, he was training alone and made some clones. He had spirit control, cloning, and that portal, and he could make some things like all Zeno. And he was training, and Goku actually, while he was training alone, he actually broke a shell, and he got some new forms of the Omni power, and to Omni Goku 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, till our Omni Super 20 billion. And he actually broke some other shells of the power that not even the legendary Super Saiyans that lived first, the first Saiyan, the one who actually created the other Saiyans, who couldn't break those shit. They couldn't break all those shells. They were like 20 shells, and Goku broke all of them. And after that, he thought of an idea in those 2 billion years. If he could go to his base form, and if he could actually fight in those all of his forms, and if he can surpass his base forms, if he can surpass all of those forms in his base, he could actually become very, very strong. And Goku, when he did that, he actually got that power and became very, very strong. His power level at base was because his true power was at like Omni Ultra Infinite power. It was like an infinite power level. His power is like semi infinite power, and his base was at like infinite power level, was like an infinite power level. He was far beyond the stronger than the Omni King, Daishinkin, and everyone else. So when Goku was done training those billionaires, he got all of his forms stronger and himself stronger. And after some time, he came out. But before he was going to leave, Daishinkin and the Omni King said, "Wow, Goku, would you mind if I test your power?" Goku said, "Well, Daishi, well, Zeno, you can, but I have to warn you. I can defeat you using Goku. Since Goku now has surpassed even a power level of Goku Blacks, has to use like, I know that might not be like real, but this is a what if." So he actually uses a minus of his power to actually stand. If Goku could use, he would have to go to a place where there's nothing to actually use about 1% of his power, or walk in 1% of his power without destroying the thing with just one step. And so he actually uses -0. He actually uses, if he uses -100, he actually uses -100. He actually uses 00. He actually uses 0.0000.000.0100. That's like when he's almost at Google Plex. And Daishinkin and Zeno were also training. Zeno got to a power level of Google Plex, and Daishinkin got to a power level of Septon Vigintillion. And they powered up to their full and started to attack on Goku. Goku minusing about 50 zeros. Even that was even stronger than them. He had to minus about 1,000 zeros to actually almost go to their power, but you are still at infinite at his base. So 1,000 zeros minus 100, and they realized when Goku, when they went to Goku just said, "Come at me," and closed his eyes. They thinking that maybe he might be using Ultra Instinct, but Goku just went and stopped them with one finger, with a pinky of his hand, and said, and opened his eyes and said, "Come at me," as they started to attack Goku. Goku not even stopping them now and said, "When will you start punching me, guys?" As they were like, "How? You can't even feel our punches." Goku says, "Wait, you've been punching me. It's feeling like you've been trying to tickle me this whole time." As Goku said, "Oh well." As he went and just tapped the Shinken and the Zeno as they both passed out, and he healed them and said, "Well, you guys gotten a little stronger, a lot stronger, but I'm far beyond stronger." And as Goku said, "Since my friend betrayed me, you guys became my friend." As they said, "Well, Goku, we couldn't let you stay alone with that much power." As Goku says, "Yeah, I know." And he says, "Well, it's time for me to go to planet Earth and deal with my brother." And he says, "But don't worry, guys. I'll come back to and visit you guys. You guys will always be in my heart." As they said, "Okay, Goku, bye." As Goku opened that portal like how Daishinkin does it, and went to planet Earth to Kami's lookout. Seeing at Kami's lookout, he saw that there was Krillin, Tien, Master Roshi, Yamcha, and Bulma just with the others. And as Goku said, "Hello, Kami," as they were saying, "What are you doing here?" As Goku said, "I have to deal with some business. I have to deal with some business here." And they said, "Well, you're not welcome here." As Goku says, "What do you mean I'm not welcome here? This is where I grew up. This is where I stayed. And you're telling me my home, where I actually grew up, is not where I'm not welcome. You should be the ones who are not welcome here. But I'm going to allow you guys to stay because Kami wants to train me." He says, "Hello, father." He says, "Hello, Kami, father." As Kami says, "It's good to see you again, Goku." As the other ones didn't like Goku. As Goku says, "I don't care if you like me or not. Plus, I could destroy you guys in a second." They said, "Don't you see? We've been training." As Goku said, "You've been training. Do you even know how intensely I've been training for 700 billion years?" They say 700 billion years. You've been gone for 7 years. As Goku says, "Well, in the hyperbolic time chamber I trained in, it equal to 7 billion years." As they were like, as Goku said, they said, "But still, we're still strong." They say, we're stronger." And Goku said, "If you think that you are," says, "come at me with all you've got." As they all powered up to their full and started to power a destructive disc. As Tien powered up a Neo Tri-Beam, Master Roshi powering up a Kamehameha, and Grandpa Gohan actually liked Goku, so Goku said, "No, except you, Grandpa Gohan, since you also understood me," and says, I won't let you attack me because I'm gonna take these ones down." He said, "But I'm not gonna kill them." As they all powered up their all special attacks, Yamcha also powering up a Kamehameha, and when they all powered this up, Goku just stood there and he put a shield with his eyeglasses. His eyelashes what Jiren can do, and he said, "Is that if you can't even break the shell that I put it on with my eyes, then you wouldn't even stand a chance punching me. Your hands would break." And they says, "You just lying." As Goku said, "Then come and punch me." As when they did, actually their hands actually broke as Goku just tapped them all down on their foreheads, and they said, as Goku says, "Pathetic, so weak humans." As he healed them, as they woke up, as they said, "You're a monster." As he says, Goku says, "I'm no monster. You guys are abandoning someone because of his power. Wow, I couldn't believe you, as Goku says, but that's not the reason I'm here. I have some business to. I have someone here to talk to or kill. They say, and who is that? He says, that is none of your business. They say, as they says, what? As Goku said, like I said, none of your business. As they said, if you're in this planet, then it is our business. As Goku says, fine, I'm here to kill my brother. And he was like, I'm here to talk to my brother. I might join him and kill this planet, or I might refuse his offer. As they were like, what? You would even destroy this planet? As Goku says, well, if I wanted to, I can. But if I didn't, I would. But since I crowed up here, I'm actually gonna give you guys mercy. As they said, you are a horrible person, Goku. As Goku said, I'm the horrible person. You guys betrayed me after I told you, Master Roshi, I could control my power. But what did you do? You didn't even believe me when I said it. So who's the horrible person that you saying I'm the horrible one here? As Goku says, well, it seems my business has come. As when Reddit landed. As when Raditz was entering Earth, Goku went so fast and came back so quick that they didn't even see him. So they said, how did you get there so fast, and took him down? As Goku says, you wouldn't see me because you guys don't have that speed to even see where I am. As they were like, as when Reddit saw that he didn't crash down, he just landed nicely. He says, wait, what just happened? As Goku said, I took you down. I brought you down nicely, brother. As he says, Kakarot. As Goku says, yes, it's me. As Reddy says, well, Kakarot, I'm so glad to see you. And he says, as Goku says, so brother, why are you here? As he says, well, Prince Vegeta, he says, your prince wants you back to. He says your prince wants you to join us and kill Frieza. As Goku says, joining you? No. Killing Frieza? Yes, I will kill Frieza, but I'm not gonna join you. As Reddit knowing that he wouldn't stand a chance against Goku, but when he sensed his power, he saw that it was a 0, so he thought it was a 2. Goku suppressed his power till 200. As he says, maybe he's not that strong. Maybe that was a glitch in the scouter there when they checked him as a baby. As he said, well, Kakarot, you're too weak anyway, so I'm gonna kill you right here, right now. As Reddit's powered up a double Sunday and blasted at Goku, but it didn't even do anything. As Goku says, well, I was hoping we'll have a family reunion, but it's actually a family death reunion. As he just killed Reddit's there. Goku can be cold-blooded when he wants to be cold-blooded, so he actually just killed Raditz there and says, and my name is Goku, not Kakarot. I've changed that name now. I say only the people worthy can call me Kakarot, like my father or my mother or the people that I trained with, who wants me to call Kakarot. As Goku took the skull and said, listen here, Prince. If you're gonna send my brother to actually recruit me like a coward instead of coming here yourself, you should just quit right now. As Vegeta said, how dare you, Kakarot, to talk to your prince like that? As Goku says, if you want me to be your servant, Prince, you will have to come and take me and recruit me yourself. Either by defeating me or I give up, or me giving up. As Vegeta says, hey, with pleasure, Kakarot. As Nappa said, Vegeta, so when are you going to kill that weakling Kakarot? As Goku said, as Vegeta says, in 1 year. As Goku says, 1 year. As he says 1 year, well, I'll still have some much time to trade. As Goku says, since you guys are weaklings, how would you feel about me training you? As Goku, as they says, never. As Goku says, how about you, Grandpa Gohan? As Grandpa Gohan says, okay, Goku. And when Goku and Grandpa Gohan actually trained in the hyperbolic time chamber for 1 year, Grandpa Gohan got a lot more stronger than he was training with Kami or the Z fighters. So when he came out, he was at a power level of 800,000. Is there surprise and says, wow, wow, Gohan, you're actually very strong. As Grandpa Gohan says, well, that I did train with Goku. Now they felt bad of they were like wanting to train with Goku, and Goku like said, I gave you an offer first, and what did you do with my offer? You said no. So I'm also gonna say no now, like you guys did. As they were angry, but they knew that Goku was telling the truth, and so Goku just said, I'm gonna go back in the hyperbolic time chamber, Kami, and train more. As Kami says, well, Goku, wait, let me first upgrade it. As Goku says, can you also put a time chamber there? As Kami says, why, Goku? As Goku said, well, this gravity is a little weaker than my home planet's gravity. My planet's gravity was 10 times stronger than this one. As Kami says, okay, as he upgraded the hyperbolic time chamber with the gravity room, and he also upgraded it so you can train there as much as you want. And Goku said, I'm gonna train there since he trained with Grandpa Gohan for a month there, because I'm gonna train for the last 11 months in the hyperbolic time chamber. And said, nobody disturbs me. As they said, yes, Goku says, okay. As they says, fine. We don't even need your training. And they went to train. As Kaimi says, I have someone who can train you guys. As they says, who is this? Said King Kai. As Goku says, oh, you mean King Kai? As he says, Kami says, you know him? And says, well, I know everyone in the multiverse. As Kami was like, okay, he says, wait, and he says, I can take them to King Kai. As they are like, what? How can you take us to King Kai? To the other world? As Goku said, well, you'll see. It's the same way I came here so quickly. As he opened a portal, and the portal was opening to King Kai's world, and King Kai was busy relaxing when he saw that portal. As he said, what? Who's that coming to my planet? First he thought it was Daishinkin, but when he saw Goku, he says, well, it isn't the Saiyan God. As he bowed down and says, hello, Goku. As Goku says, hey, King Kai, how you been doing? Says, well, I've been doing fine. As Goku says, I need you to train these mortals so they can learn the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb, as they say. As King Kai said, okay, Goku. As Goku says, well, I'm leaving. As Goku trained for the past 11 months in the hyperbolic time chamber against 820 trillion times normal gravity, like 999 times normal gravity in the hyperbolic time chamber, and 920 trillion times normal gravity. And he actually trained there intensely that his power, he has been, since Goku, every time he gets stronger and stronger and trains, he also gets stronger in his forms. So every time Goku trains in his forms, his base power also gets stronger. Like, let's say if Goku transforms into his Super Saiyan and trains, maybe he trains in that Super Saiyan for the whole year, or he even trains for a month or a day in it, all of his forms that they will get like 100 times, 1,000 times stronger than they were. even also including his base. So Goku trained in his final Omni Saiyan Ultra Super form, and he trained there for the past 11 months, for the past year there, and he got very strong to even to all of his form being at ultra infinite power level, and his base power being at semi infinite or octo infinite power level, because there is no other power level I could think of, or something I could think of that could be very strong, because this already surpassed all the normal power levels till Google Plex. That's like the last power level. And Goku trained, and when Prince Vegeta and Nappa came, they first as Goku said, well, 1 year has passed, so I better go take them. I better go take humans. And when he took them, we saw that they actually got a little stronger. Master Roshi's power level was at 800,000. Was it like 8,000? Was it 8,000? And Yamcha was at 10,000. Krillin was at Tien was at 12,000. Krillin is at 16,000. And Nappa at the other side, his power level is at 5,000, still normal, but Vegeta is at a power level of 17,000. As Goku said, well, all of you convert. It says Yamcha and Master Roshi can actually take down Nappa, one of them, with just one blast of a Kamehameha wave. But if you transform into his great ape like I can, you couldn't even do anything. As he said, it says his power level will be at 15,000. Krillin could take that power level. As he said to Tien that he wouldn't, but he said since Vegeta is at power level of 17,000, which actually need to know this, because so if he's at 17,000, you couldn't take him down, Krillin. But since I actually took Grandpa Gon and trained him again, his power level now is at 80 million. As now, like they should have trained with Goku when they had the chance. As Goku said, said you should have trained with me when you had the chance, but you guys had to refuse my offer, but you didn't know how strong I was. As they said, they actually made a very big mistake. Now, when Vegeta came, let's make this a movie or something. Now, when Vegeta came, and Nappa, the Z fighters all went to stop them. As when they landed, Master Roshi the first time doesn't want not wanting Nappa to transform in that great ape form. When they came out, first thing he did, went to his buff form and powered up full power Kamehameha wave and killed Nappa. Vegeta being speechless and saying, "How dare you kill Nappa As he said, he says, well, he was pretty weak anyway. And Krillin said, Tien and Krillin said, we'll take you on, Vegeta. As Grandpa Gohan and Goku were on a rock, as Goku actually bought some tea and was sat on a rock and started to drink tea with Grandpa Gohan, and they meditated. Even Goku meditating gets stronger just to meditate, and because Goku can also train in his mind. Even if he trains in his mind, he'll actually get stronger. And since he was suppressing his power too much, Whis couldn't sense that Goku was strong or not. So he just let the things be. And when Krillin and first Krillin went so fast and punched Vegeta. Vegeta, seeing that an Earthling can actually punch him, got so angry and powered up a giant Gallic gun. And after he powered up a giant Gallic gun, Tien and Krillin had to power up their powers. Krillin powering up a Kamehameha wave, and Tien powering up a neutral beam, and it fused and dispersed the Gallic gun, since they were stronger together. As Vegeta says, wow, if you can handle that power, says they started to attack him together now, and they were actually stronger than Vegeta, since Tien was at 12,000 and Krillin was at 16. Now let's add those power levels together and see what they get. Let's see how much they will get. Tien at 12,000 and 16,000. Krillin gets to a power level of 228,000. Wow. They actually get to a power level of 28. They're not that strong, but they are strong. And Vegeta, seeing that they are stronger than him, actually powers up the blood wave. And Goku says, well, Grandpa Gohan, it's your turn to take him on now. His Grandpa Gohan said, well, he says, well, tea time is over. Now it's my turn to take it. Now it's my turn. As Goku said, hey Vegeta, do you mind fighting this old man? As Vegeta started to laugh and said, are you serious, Kakarot? You're actually letting me fight an old man? As Goku says, don't call me Kakarot unless you're worthy of calling me that name. As Vegeta was like angry and said, how dare you talk to your prince like that? As Grandpa Gohan says, hey, I might be an old man, but could you actually focus on me, your opponent? As Vegeta was like, how dare you, old man? How dare you disrespect me? As Grandpa Gohan said, what are you gonna do about it, young boy? As Vegeta at a power level of 17,000, he was at a power level of 170. So he said, I'll kill you, old man. I'll kill you. As when you tried to kill Grandpa Gohan, since he was at a power level of 15 million, training with Goku for like some hours, equaling to some months. So to some months. So he actually trained there for some time, and he got to a power level of 15 million. And he said he stopped, since he powered up to his full power, and stopped Vegeta's hand with Vegeta's leg with one of his hands, and said, come at me, young boy. As he jumped and as he went flying and punched Vegeta in his face. Vegeta, surprised that an old man can actually take him on in his great ape. Great Ape was very loud, very angry, and seeing that he is being beaten by this old man. As Grandpa Gohan saying, Goku told me that if it's a power level you can read, your power level is times 10, since you are at 17,000. Your power level now is at 170. Since your form gives you 10 times strong, is 170. He says, while I trained with Goku for about some hours, and it equals to month in the hyperbolic time chamber, I got to a power level the first time to 800,000, and I trained again with him, and I got to a power level of 15 million. As Vegeta was surprised and said, Ha, you must be lying, old man. How can you, an old man, be stronger than the Prince of all Saiyans? Grandpa Gohan now it was just frustrated of him being calling himself this prince, and powered up a giant Kamehameha wave and blasted it at Vegeta. He saw that maybe Vegeta gets up, he was trying to squish him since his energy was being drained, and he actually powered up another key blast and dispersed and just killed and dispersed that full moon. As Vegeta transformed back to his base and said, how it says, how no, how can I be defeated by a low class human? How? As the Grandpa one said, Goku trained me. As he was like, what? How can Kakarot train you? He's a low class Saiyan. He was always a low class Saiyan. As Goku said, is that so, Vegeta? So I guess your father never told you. As you say, Goku was like, what are you doing? As Vegeta was like, what are you talking about, Kakarot? As he said, well, I was born with a power level of 200 million, and I was stronger than your father and Frieza as a child. And Vegeta was like, what? You must be lying, Kakarot. No one was born that much. To say, yes, Goku said, when your father found out, he quickly exiled me from the planet and sent me to this planet where you are right now. So I couldn't so because I was stronger than you, thinking maybe I might die here or someone might just kill me. And now Vegeta was like, what? How come that is possible? As Goku says, as Vegeta said, well, it was first Broly. As Vegeta said, wait, how do you know about Broly and why are you saying Broly? As Goku said, your father first exiled him because he was the legendary Super Saiyan, like me. As Vegeta says, you're no Super Saiyan, you're no Super Saiyan, Kakarot. He said, legendary Super Saiyan. As Vegeta saying, even if you say you are a legendary Super Saiyan, but you'll never be you're not a Super Saiyan. As Goku says, oh, is that so? As he powered up, but he suppresses his power as much as he can to a power level at least about 2,000, as he says, to a power level of at least about 2,000, and said about, let's say, 5 million, as he said, well, you can see that I'm a Super Saiyan, but I'm suppressing my power so I can't destroy this planet. As he said, what do you mean destroy this planet? As Goku said, well, Vegeta, I'm far stronger and I'm far beyond stronger than you could ever imagine. As Vegeta saying, you must be lying. If he says, right now, Grandpa Goa, this old man here could take me on and defeat me while I'm suppressing this power. As Grandpa Goa could actually take me on while I'm using this Super Saiyan, but could not defeat me because I'm suppressing the power and I'll be using less, like a low power. As Vegeta saying, how did you get that form, Kakarot? As Goku said, well, I just trained and got it. As Vegeta saying, no, I should have been the one. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. I should have been the one to get the Super Saiyan form. As Goku said, if you want to take down Frieza, then you have to train, and you'll have to train with me. As Vegeta saying, what can you do to help me, Kakarot? As Goku said, you had the old man. He told you that I trained him, and he became that strong. And you still think I couldn't help you become that strong? Well, that's your choice, Vegeta. I guess you can just get out of this planet. Oh wait, I forgot. I destroyed your spaceport, so you can't unless you train with me, and I can get you out of here. As Vegeta's saying, how can you get me out of here? As Vegeta Goku says, I can instant transmission you out of this planet. As when Vegeta saw Bulma, he just fell in love and said, "Hey Kakarot, who's that woman over there?" As Goku said, "You mean Bulma?" Said, "What do you want with Bulma?" Saying, "Hell, I'm gonna marry her." He said, "Wait, is she in love with you, Kakarot?" As Goku just laughed and said, "Why would I be in love with that woman? Never." I said, "What did she do to you?" As Goku said, "Well, she betrayed me, but you can marry her, Vegeta. I don't care what you do with your life." As Vegeta said, "So Kakarot was your wife?" As Goku said, "I'm not married to any of them, but I have someone." As Goku, while he was living with Daishinkin and the Omni King, he actually met Vados and Margarita, and they actually just fell in love with Goku the moment they saw him. As Daishinkin said to Goku, the moment he saw that they were in love, he says, "I don't want grandchildren right now, Goku." As Goku said, "Don't worry, Daishinkin, you won't have grandchildren." But without Goku knowing, he actually has a son that he doesn't know yet, since he's going to be showing his son after some time, after they defeat Frieza. And this guy, his son is his son is Gohan, and Gohan is born with, since his father he's actually born with Angel Ki instead of God Ki. Gohan is born with Angel Ki, and his mother, let's say he was only in love with Vados, yeah. He's actually born with Angel Ki, since Goku has Angel Ki, Vados has Angel Ki, so he was actually born like an angel. And when Daishinkin found out, he says, "I thought I told you, Goku, I don't want grandchildren." As Goku said, "Well, Daishinkin, it was a mistake, but I think guys will have to accept that." As Daishinkin said, "Well, I might just have to." And Gohan here is actually born with a lot of potential, but still not born with a lot of potential more than Goku. But he actually is born with a lot of potential, since he's an angel, a Saiyan angel, and he is actually training right now with his mother. He's actually training with, let's say, Daishinkin, because his mother is her work of being an attendant of a destroyer. So he's been training with Daishinkin and Goku for some time, and Goku, and he is born since that Gohan was like always wanted to be smart or something. Here he's actually born smart, like Goku. Here he's like very smart. He's like the smartest being who has ever lived. And since her mother is also very smart, like his father, like his father, so Gohan is actually born smart here. So he didn't need to be learning and stuff. He only trained with his mother. He only trained with Daishinkin, and Gohan's power level right now was born with 500 trillion. His power level right now is at 800 nonillion. And he is, let's say, Goku met Vados when he was about, let's say Goku is 24 something, yeah. Goku is about 24. He met Vados when he actually came to Daishinkin's world. So he had this son at the same year, like Goku, like 19. When Goku. Let's say Goku's 25 and Gohan is 5, and he actually has Super Saiyan. Let's say Gohan doesn't have he has Super Saiyan, but he doesn't use it, since he actually uses Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God Y, Super Saiyan God 2 and 3, and Super Saiyan Blue, and Super Saiyan Blue 2 and 3, and Super Saiyan Blue 2 and 3 Evolution, and yes, Super Saiyan 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, till Super Saiyan 20 billion. Is a 5-year-old, but they aren't that they aren't strong as that very strong. They aren't that strong. And when he's at his final power level, when he's at his full power level, is at November Decillion. Daishinkin is at Queen Vigintillion, is at September Vigintillion, and now Zeno is at Gogo Plex. And Zeno is like it's not like Goku or Daishinkin. Their power level stops at Gogo Plex. And Daishinkin is at right now is at November Vigintillion instead of September Vigintillion. Right now is at November Vigintillion. And he's been training Gohan, who is at the power level of, let's say, Septendecillion, stronger than all the angels, all the destroyers, and Gohan is stronger than all of them. And he's been training, as Goku says, and okay, let's go back to the story. As Goku said to Vegeta, well, Vegeta, if you have to know where is my wife, she's at her job, but I have a son, but you will meet my wife later on. You'll meet my wife later on. As Goku said, but Vegeta, we're not friends or anything. As Goku said, I will only train you for just this time. After that, you can live with your wife Bulma, and I will not train you or anything. As Vegeta said, why would I want to be trained by you, Kakarot? But I will accept this 1 year, this one-time training. As they said, as Goku knows that Frieza is gonna be going to about planet Namek in about 3 months. He's gonna be on planet Namek in about 3 months. And Piccolo here he has been training with Kami, and now he gets a chance to train with Goku, the one that actually defeated his father and some stuff. And he understands that he had to do it for a right reason, because his father wanted to take over this world, and so Goku had to do what he had to do. And he understands that now he trains with Goku and Vegeta for about 2 months, and Vegeta gets his Super Saiyan and goes to Super Saiyan 2 in those 2 months. Piccolo getting to a power level of 80 billion, and Vegeta here gets a power level of 80 billion, and Vegeta is Super Saiyan. Vegeta is a power level of 90 billion. It is base, and his power level at the Super Saiyan is at 200 trillion. Super Saiyan 2 is at 800 trillion. So Vegeta here is actually stronger than Piccolo, Frieza, and Goku said, while you are taking care of Frieza, I'll go destroy Cooler and Cold. As Vegeta said, okay. As when they got to planet Namek, Piccolo is actually stronger than Frieza, but he'll let Vegeta, because Vegeta wants his revenge here. Piccolo helps the Namekians, and he fuses with Nail, getting to a power level of getting to an equal power level as Vegeta in his base, 90 billion. And Vegeta saying that you won't even need to use his Super Saiyan to defeat Frieza. As Frieza says, as Vegeta first destroys all of Frieza, as Piccolo actually destroys all of Frieza's army, including the Ginyu Force, as Vegeta saying, Frieza, come out, you coward! As Frieza said, was that Vegeta who just called me a coward? And he says, if it isn't Vegeta, isn't it a Saiyan monkey Vegeta? As Vegeta said, what did you call me? You she-male? As Frieza says, how dare you call me a she-male, you monkey? As Vegeta said, but so as Vegeta said, if you keep on calling me a monkey, I'll keep on calling you a cow, I'll keep on calling you a she-male. As now Vegeta was like, the Frieza's like, you cow, you say you monkey, Vegeta. As Vegeta now was like, okay, Frieza, time's up for you to be playing games. I'm gonna kill you. As Vegeta said, what can you do? As Frieza saying, what can you do, you monkey? I'm gonna destroy you. As Vegeta went so fast, punching Frieza and punching Frieza, making him transform into his final form. And said, you pay for what you just did, Vegeta. You pay. As Frieza now was like, Vegeta saying, come at me using your full power. As Frieza went to use his full power, but Vegeta was still blocking since Frieza was at the power level of 200. Was it the power level of 250, 530,000. So Vegeta was at 90 billion, so he wasn't that strong. And Frieza here was being beaten up by Vegeta. Now Vegeta just keep on beating Frieza and saying, you'll never defeat me now. I'm a Super Saiyan, Vegeta. I'm a Super Saiyan, Frieza. As Frieza was like, what? No, you're not a Super Saiyan. You can't be. There's no such thing as a Super Saiyan. As Vegeta said, well, Frieza, if you have to know what a Super Saiyan is, it's not someone who gets strong. It's a transformation. As Vegeta says, yeah, transforming into his Super Saiyan. Frieza being scared right now, saying, oh, no, how can a lonely monkey defeat me? Lord Frieza. As Vegeta with one powered up giant final flash and just kill Frieza in an instant, and Frieza was dead. As Goku said, as Goku came back, and Broly saying, very impressive, Vegeta. That's what Broly said. As Goku was Vegeta saying, who's that saying? Vegeta, who's that saying, Kakarot? And Goku said, that saying is Broly. The other saying was stronger than you. Here's the saying, I'm gonna be training. As saying, oh, come on, Kakarot, why won't you train me? As you said, well, I might train you, but maybe I won't. As he says, please come on, Kakarot. He says, I might be with pride, but when it gets to power, I also want to get stronger. As Broly says, well, as Broly and Goku said, well, you might be a great sparring partner, but we won't train you fully. Goku said, I won't train you fully. I only train you for about 2 years. 2 years. After that, I'm letting you on your own. As Vegeta saying, that's fine, Kakarot. 2 years it is. As Goku said, that 2 years won't be easy, Vegeta. These 2 years will be intense training. As Vegeta saying, that's what I was hoping to hear. As after some time, 2 years passed. As Vegeta and Broly actually got key training with Goku, since he actually gave them some of his god keys so they can actually get Super Saiyan God. As Whis actually now knows, since Daishin told him about Goku, Whis actually knows. As he said, well, that's saying Goku, he is very strong. If he can train his friends to get God Ki, as Daishin said, yes he is, and his son is born with a lot of potential. As he said, he says he's even stronger than the Vegeta and Broly both put together, even stronger than all the angels. As he was like, what? As he says, yes. He says, this is Gohan. This is Gohan. Goku named him after since he was good friends with Gohan. He thought of naming him Gohan, and Gohan now is very strong as he's much more powerful, stronger than all the angels. Since the angels' power levels are at quarto decillion, Gohan now is at vigintillion, and vigintillion, and he is far, far, far powerful than you think he is. And Gohan said, "Hey, Whis, would you like to spar with me?" As we said, well, okay. Okay, Gohan, I'll spar with you. As Gohan said, great. As Taishan said, you can go to your full power right away, Whis. As Gohan went to his Super Saiyan God, and said, "Come at me, Whis." And Whis went to his Super Saiyan, went to his Ultra Instinct Angel power, and let's say Gohan is at quarto vigintillion. Yeah, that's a little better. And they're still the angel at quarto decillion, and Gohan's Super Saiyan God is at vigintillion. Super Saiyan Blue is at unvigintillion. Super Saiyan, let's say Super Saiyan God is at septendecillion. His Super Saiyan God 2 is at, let's say Super Saiyan God septendecillion, 500 septendecillion. His Super Saiyan God 2 is at 200 octodecillion. Super Saiyan God 3 is at 800 octodecillion. Super Saiyan Blue is at 200 novemdecillion. Super Saiyan Blue 2 is at vigintillion. Yeah, is at vigintillion. Super Saiyan God 3 is at unvigintillion. Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct, is at duovigintillion. Ultra Instinct is at 200 duovigintillion. Beyond Muscle Ultra Instinct is at 400 vigintillion. Beyond Muscle Ultra Instinct 2 is at 800. Ultra Instinct 3 is at 980. 980 quarto vigintillion. Let's say 980 trivigintillion. And his primal instinct 3, that's his like full powerful now, is at quarto vigintillion. And he actually goes to Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, and stops with just one hand and punches him in his face, and Whis passes out in just that minute. And Whis is like very impressed when Gohan is that powerful. As Gohan says, "Well, Whis, I'll see you later." As Whis saying, "So Gohan, where are you going?" Says, "I'm going to train with my father now." Saying, "So you're going to train with your father?" Well, that says, "Good luck, Gohan." He says, "I know." He says, "So thank you, Whis." Says that I'm gonna get a lot of intense training from him. That's what I can tell you, Whis. As Whis says, "Okay, Gohan, I'll see you." And Gohan opened the portal and went to the hyperbolic time chamber where they were training, and says, "Dad!" As Goku says, "Gohan!" As Gohan says, "I missed you, father. I very, very missed you." As Goku says, how's your grandfather? How's your mother?" As Vegeta and Broly were like, what just happened? Goku was like Goku was like cold-blooded like in us right now, and he just went to a rainbow person. As Goku says, oh, now I see why you guys like that. You saw me cold-blooded, and Goku said, that's what I do when I train people. I actually train them like I hate them. Says, I don't actually hate you guys. I just train you guys like that so you can get angrier and get stronger. Broly already mastered his legendary Super Saiyan, went to Super Saiyan God and Blue, as Vegeta. As Goku said, right now you guys can train on your own right now. I will be training my son since you guys already have some of the Saiyan transformations. They actually also they also got about till let's say their Super Saiyan 20 billion is at 10 decillion. Stronger than the angels, but not stronger than Gohan or Daishinkin. They also got their Omni power, getting Vegeta at octodecillion, but Broly at vigintillion. Let's say Gohan's true power right now is at 10 vigintillion. Yeah, it's too close to Daishinkin. And Broly's Omni power to Super Saiyan 3, that's Vegeta Mos is at Vegeta is at 10 decillion. It is all they say Broly and Vegeta at 10 decillion at Super Saiyan 20 billion. But Vegeta is at 10 is at like the Vegeta 10 decillion 20 billion is its power level is at 400, but Broly is at 900, and Vegeta is at his Omni 20 Super 20 billion is at octodecillion. 5 is at Super Saiyan Omni Super Saiyan 1 is at like it is full power. That's then Super is at octodecillion 900, but Broly is at novemdecillion 800 novemdecillion. That's their true power. They've Ultra Instinct they've done, and they're done with that, and stronger than the angels. But Goku said now it's time for them to actually train on their own and get themselves stronger. They don't have Ultra Instinct, but they still have Super Saiyan Blue evolution, and they've been training to get Ultra Instinct. As Gohan says, wow, you guys are strong, but you're not even close to my father or me. As they're like, huh? You are strong? As they say, you're that strong? And Goku says, don't underestimate my son. He could beat you in his Super Saiyan Blue. Let's say it's September Decillion. He Gohan Super Saiyan God. Let's say he's at Vigintillion. And Super Saiyan God 2 and 3. And Super Saiyan Blue is at Vigintillion. So they are Super Saiyan God. They are Broly even in his full power, novemdecillion, Super Saiyan 20 billion Omniform. He couldn't beat Gohan. As Gohan says, in your Super Saiyan 20 Omniform, you couldn't beat me even if you could try. As they were like, how you that? As Goku said, I trained with the Grand Prince, the person who trained my father, but my father surpassed him a long time ago. As Gohan said, as they said, okay, since they knew if he's Goku's son and Goku actually agrees with this, then they don't even need to fight him to believe it. As they just kept quiet and kept on, as they went out, as they kept on training, as Vegeta, since he made it Bulma, he trained. He had a gravity room, and Broly married. Let's say he married Chi-Chi, but Goku didn't mind even if he married Chi-Chi, and they went to their families. They Goku only had, let's say Vados is pregnant now with Gohan, and there is no Android Saga, guys. Let's just say there's no Android Saga, because when Goku went on did the journey with he didn't give no one mercy to actually get the Dragon Ball, so he actually destroyed the whole thing, including Dr. Gero, but he only spared that Frankenstein robot. So he didn't, since that one didn't, was innocent and didn't harm people. So he only left that one, but Dr. Jiro and others, he left them. As Goku says, well son, now Gohan, since he's born, since now let's say he's 7 years old. Goku said, now son, we'll be training here 7. Now son will be training in this hyperbolic time chamber for 11 years until you're an adult. As they say, whoa, father, are you sure? Really? I'm going to be training you for that much? As Goku says, we'll bond as much as we want, son. And Goku has a heart and knows if Gohan doesn't want to train or wants to train. As they train for 11 as I trained for 11 as I trained for 11 years, as Gohan was now 18 years old, a teenager, and while they were training, Vados gave birth to Goten, and Goten was also born with a high power level, and he was actually born, and when he was born he went to Goku, and they also trained with them. And Goten now is about 40. Let's say Goten is 14 years old, and Gohan is 18. So they're not that older enough, or he's not that young, so or Gohan older. So they've been training with their father for about 11 years now, and they are like very powerful. They've already surpassed the Grand Priest and the Omni King after training with Goku that much. Even the Omni King and the Grand Priest know that now, that Goku, even if Goku has a son or daughter, he will be very, very powerful. So they just knew that, and Goku also knew that if he has a son or daughter, they will be born with a lot of potential and born very strong. But he knew that they can't get strong as him, but they will get very strong. Let's just put to this now, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, and guys, he knows that and after some time they train Goku. They come out of the gravity hyperbolic time chamber, as Goku says, wow, you guys, we've trained there for about 11 years, and you've gotten a lot stronger. And Broly and Vegeta have been sparring together, waiting for them, and they says, Kakarot, how long have you been there? In there, as they said 11 years, as Vegeta said, I'm sorry for calling you Kakarot. As Goku said, no, it's fine, you're worthy enough now. I've trained you, you're powerful, so you can call me. As Goku wasn't friends with any of them, wasn't friends with Bulma or Chi-Chi or anyone. He was only friends with Vegeta and Broly, not their wives. And Vegeta says, how would you like us to? Let's spar Goku, let's spar Kakarot. As Goku says, nah, I'll beat you with one finger, or just a tap in the head. Even my sons now, I think they could do that to you guys. Since Gohan now and Goku told them how, since they also got the power of Goku, they can call it their shell breaker powers and transformations. And when they got the Goku actually taught them how to actually do what he does, to actually go back to their base and train intensely and make a clone and train intensely till they get that. And they also now, every time they train in their forms or train in their base, they get stronger and their forms get stronger, like Goku. As Goku says, well, they are strong as they are stronger, far stronger now. They could also tap you and you fall out. As since they were all their power levels were at like infinite, at like Goku's power, but like Goku's base power, but not as strong as Goku's base power. They weren't that strong. They weren't that strong as Goku, but as Goku's not even close to 1% of Goku's base power. Let's say Goku would have to minus about 2 2 million zeros, 2 million minus 100 to actually take them on, because he is very strong. So let's say maybe minus 100 minus 100 0.000000000 minus 0 and that actually can take them on, but they won't surpass him or anything, even if he has that power. But he likes to fight them in that power. So they are strong, but not as strong as Goku. I'm still telling you, not as strong as Goku. And Goku said with just a stop of the finger, if that was just a stop in their finger, they would actually kill you guys. Like a punch, now they will actually kill you like I could. As their power levels, let's say their full power is like an infinite. That's their full power. Their base power is like a googleplex, and Zeno has reached that power, and Zeno is like weaker than them, and Daishin is at Google, but even if you would be at googleplex, you wouldn't even surpass the Omni King, since that would be his limit at googleplex. That power you wouldn't, since he would be like disintegrated or something like that. Or even if they train that much, they wouldn't get as far stronger like Gohan and Goten. And Vados was actually proud of her sons, that they are even stronger than her. And she was very proud, as Gohan said, if you guys think you can take us on, then come at us. As Broly went to Gohan, Vegeta went to Goten, and Trunks here has been watching. And Trunks is born with God Ki, and he's also 14 like Goten, but he's not strong as Goten, but he has Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, and Super Saiyan 20 billion, and that Omni Power. But he is also stronger than the angels. And Daishinkin, let's say Vegeta is not stronger than Daishinkin, or he's just stronger than the angels, but not than Daishinkin. Even Broly is not stronger than Daishinkin, but Broly is actually getting to Daishinkin. Let's say Broly is actually getting to the power of Daishinkin, because googleplex is Daishinkin's full power, not Daishinkin's base, or like the power he uses. That's his Daishinkin's full. That Google is Daishinkin's full power. So now they train as Goten just puts a finger and he stops Vegeta's full power punch, and he says, I told you I'm stronger. And so did Gohan, said to Broly, as Broly says, wow, you guys are very impressive, very strong. As Goku said, yeah, they are. Of course they are. They are my sons. They are my sons anyway. As they says, yeah, but still, even if you are your sons, we're not even close to your power. As they say, what? You're not even close to your father. He says, our father has to minus about minus 100.00100 zeros to actually fight us in our full power. It doesn't even use about minus 100 or 1% or minus 99. He was far stronger. As we were like, both of them were like their mouths were hung up. Like, if Goku is that strong, then nothing can stop him. As even the Super Dragon Balls when even if he hears a word of like Goku or something, he'll be like, I cannot do your wish, or like say he'll be shaken up, and first he'll be like, if you're asking for like something evil for Goku, then it won't happen, because he is very scared of Goku. Even Goku knows that he's scared of him, but he says he doesn't have to be, but his power is not even close to Goku's. Or the Omni King. Now the Omni King is actually far beyond now stronger than Zoloma now. He is very strong. So now he's not the Zoloma can't grant a wish to be far stronger than Zeno or Grand Priest, because his power is like, Grand Priest is like 900 Google Blacks. Zoloma is at 400. So Goku has that power of all Zeno to make food and stuff. Like he can create food and stuff. He actually puts some food as they start eating, and Broly and Vegeta have been hungry also. So it was like, it's more like half of that coming, half of like Dende now is the new guardian, since Goku took him, and after Piccolo fused with Nail, he came back and fused with Kami, and they are like Dende's lookout now. That the food is like at half of Dende's lookout, and they've eaten all of that food and finished it, and Dende and Piccolo were like, how are these people not even fat at eating like that? He says, we're Saiyans, we're proud warriors. Why would we be fat of eating food if we know we train every day? And they're like, wow, and how do you eat that much food? And they're like, you think we eat like you, if we eat about just 20 meals or something, we won't even be full. We won't be even that way full. We have to eat a lot of food to be full. As they were like surprised and some stuff, and now it was time for the Bull Saga. And the Bull Saga here, when the Kai said, asked for help from Goku, Goten said he gets energy. He says, and powered up, and Babidi got the energy. But what Goten did there was that energy, he can track his energy and take it where it is, and where it was, that's when they saw Babidi and his ship. And when they revived Majin Buu, Babidi said there's no one who can stop Majin Buu now, as like Goten said, oh, so that's Majin Buu. He used Force Spirit Vision and took out Kid Buu and Fat Buu and all the other Supreme Kais except that one who was fused with Fat Buu. And he just Hakai'd Kid Buu. And here when Goten was about to Hakai Kid Buu, Goku telepathically talked to Whis and said, can he put a barrier at Beerus's bed so he can sense the Hakai power coming from his son. And Whis was surprised that his son can do a Haka. He says, well, my son was born with Angel Ki, so he was also born with Destroyer Ki, since if he was born with Angel Ki, he had the Destroyer Ki. As we said, okay, after he Hakai'd him, they said their problem was Goten, so your problem has been solved. And about 5 years passed, and Goku has been living at Zeno's place, like with Daishinkin and his sons. And sometimes Vados comes and visits, because he stays with Champa, so so she can't just go every day like go out say Chamba, I'm out, or I'm off to Zano's Palace to my sons or something. Champa doesn't even know that she was pregnant or that she has sons. So like Champa doesn't know anything. Even all the destroyers don't know. Only the angels know that Vados had a child and has sons. That and the father is Goku, and they know who Goku is. So they know Goku is like an angel, is like a full angel. Like them, is like he's an angel, he's a destroyer, he's an omni person. So like that, guys. And let's say 2 years passed, and they've been training, as Goku said, trained intensely with now they trained with Goten and Gohan in the divine hyperbolic time chamber for 2 billion years. As now Goten was 16 and Gohan was 20 years old. And when Gohan was 20, he was like very strong, very powerful. And Goku now, when they spar with Goku actually minus is about 99% now. Like 0.99% minus 100. And they said that's still not enough, but they knew that they will have to take them a lot of years, since they are immortal deities like Goku. But they also live forever, but they will never go to Goku's level this time, because when Goku trains them, he also trains himself. So if he goes to 99, he actually beats them with just one tap, and they're down like he always does. But now Goku trains them and himself, so he also gets powerful with his sons. And Beerus now wakes up as Goku says, well guys, Goku said, hey, let's go to Earth and meet Vegeta and the others. As Goku senses that Beerus is awake, he says, well, we better go early there. He says, we better go right now. As well, on the way, he just changed their clothes and they changed their clothes and they were clean. And they arrive on planet Earth at Bulma's birthday, as Goku's like, hey guy, hey Vegeta, hey Broly. And he's like, well, it's time for you. She says, it's time for Vegeta, it's time for you, Trunks, to actually fight. Trunks, how would you like to fight Lord Beerus? As he says, wait, you mean that destroyer guy you told us about? As Vegeta says, why would you want him to fight Lord Beerus? He says, well, he is stronger than him, and he's stronger than all the angels. So are you guys. So he can fight Lord Beerus anyway. He says, fine, but Goku says, well, if you want to fight Lord Beerus, you're gonna have to fight him today. As the Vegeta was like, what? He says he's awake. As Goku said, yes, and he's coming here, and Vegeta was like, okay, Trunks, prepare yourself. He says, well, I don't need to prepare myself that much, because I'm like stronger than Lord Beerus, very strong like Lord Beerus. As he says, my Super Saiyan God can take my Super Saiyan God too can take his full power. So I'm just gonna toy with him a little bit. Then maybe just defeat him once. As Beerus says, my name is Lord Beerus and I'm looking for a Super Saiyan God. As Trunks flied up and said, then you've come to the right place, and transformed into his Super Saiyan God and says, well, let's do this, Lord Beerus. As Beerus first thought he might not even have to use his full power, but he actually was using about 75% in his, and Trunks was using about 50%, or like using 100% of his Super Saiyan God. As Beerus now saw that his 75% won't take, as he used 90%, and he got a little upper hand, but Trunks powered up more and used and used his fullest Super Saiyan God power and started to beat Lord Beerus. As Beerus powered up to his 100%, mixed with that, with his Ultra Instinct, as Trunks was like, finally, a child. It says, finally, you've powered up to your full power. As Trunks said, now, let me show you my power. As it transformed into his Super Saiyan God 2, and said, let's go, Lord Beerus. As Trunks and Beerus started to attack each other, both of them, and they seemed like they were equally matched. As since Beerus was using 100% of his power, Trunks said, you know what, Lord Beerus, let me kick it up to about 75% of my power. He says, what? How much power have you been using? As Trunks said, I've been only using 75. I've been only using about 50% of my power. And he powered up to and says, okay, if you want to see my 100% of this form, then fine. As it transformed into his full power and started to attack Lord Beerus like he was nothing, busy attacking him. And Lord Beerus, seeing that his Ultra Instinct is failing him, saying, how is my Ultra Instinct failing me? As this Krang said, it's not, I'm just too powerful. As Beerus was like angry, but Trunks just powered up a final flash and just took him down. And Beerus was very surprised that actually a Saiyan took him down. And Beerus said, while saying, you are strong, very strong. As Vegeta said, if you can't take my son, Beerus, then I don't think you'll even stand a chance against. I don't even think you'll stand a chance against Broly's daughter, Guinea, or me, or the other Saiyans here. As Beerus was like, what? You also have that power of gods? As we've gone beyond that, and Beerus was now scared, since Guinea here is like, let's say Guinea is like 14 here. She's 14 now. Broly's daughter, and she is actually stronger than Trunks, a little stronger than Trunks, but they both train all the time, so they can see who can surpass each other. And they, as Gina said, wow, Trunks, that was good, Trunks, but I would have used my Super Saiyan God and beat him. Says, well, you are a little stronger than me, so you would have used your Super Saiyan God to beat him, but I used my Super Saiyan God too, because I wasn't that powerful in my Super Saiyan God, but I'm still more powerful in my other forms. And she says, Beerus hearing this was like, why am I even a destroyer anymore if these Saiyans are stronger? As they said, you know what, Beerus, just keep this between us and no one. Just keep this between us, all of. Don't take any other destroyer or anyone. It says, and he said, we're actually stronger than all of the destroyers, including the angels. It's like, and Beerus like, what? Stronger than all of the angels? It says, we are stronger than the angels, but not like their father. But we are stronger than all the angels. As we says, yeah, it says, indeed they are, my lord. And as seeing that Whis is actually agreeing, and that was like Whis like, it was like that was actually showing that Whis is telling the truth. And Beerus is like, well, I have the strongest fighters in the whole multiverse. Then, as Goku says, indeed you do, Beerus. Beerus oh, before I forget, who's the strongest here in all of you guys? As Goku says, I am. As he's like, you're the strongest of all of them. So says, what's your name? Says, my name is Goku, but those worthy enough can call me Kakarot. Says, how worthy would someone would I have to be to actually call you Kakarot? They're saying very strong, very, very strong. SBS like, okay, say, as this I said, how would you feel about training in my world? As they said, Goku says, well, that would be a great idea to train these guys in your world. Train them in your world, but I'll be training Broly. But Goku says, I'll be training Broly. As it says, go on, you take and you. It says, I'll be training Broly, Vegeta, and my two sons. As we said, you guys can train by yourself, and I'll train you guys in some time. He trained Broly, Vegeta. They went to Ultra Instinct. They mastered it. They only needed to go beyond and to went to Primal Instinct to unlock their full power now. And in 1 year, they did that training with Goku. And it was time for the resurrection of Frieza. And Frieza heard that a mysterious Saiyan defeated Lord Beerus. They don't know who that Saiyan is. And Frieza actually thought that Saiyan was stronger than... Maybe that Saiyan was stronger than Vegeta. And Frieza said he didn't train. They said if that Saiyan was stronger than Vegeta, then Vegeta only got the power of Super Saiyan. So I'll have to train a little to actually defeat that Saiyan. I'll train a little, maybe that says he got the power of... I think it's the power of the Super Saiyan God. Frieza says, well, it won't be that much. I'll just have to train for about 6 months. I'll have to train for about 6 months. As Frieza actually trained for 6 months, and after 6 months, he went to planet Earth, and at Earth, Bulma called and said, a guy named Frieza Frieza is back, and he said, as he says that he is looking for, that Mysterio is looking for Trunks. It says Trunks. It says they might have saw me fighting Lord Beerus. So as Beerus says, I want to see this fight. As Vegeta says, I'll take down Frieza again. As Vegeta's like, come on, Dad, you took him once. Why won't you let me take him again? Why won't you let me take him? As Vegeta says, okay, Trunks, you can take him. As Trunks says, as Goku opened the portal and they went inside. Also, Lord Beerus, Whis, and all the and all the Saiyans. And some of the Z fighters were trained by Whis, like Krillin, or who else, like Tien and Yamcha. Master Roshi also trained, but Grandpa Gohan retired. But he was strong, but he said he won't fight anymore now. He's retired. He's only gonna fight someone to protect himself, since there will be no one else where he lives stronger than him, because now he is actually trained and got to a power level of billion by himself now. And Grandpa Gohan has been living alone, and let's go to the story. They all go to Frieza, and Trunks says, hell, Frieza, it seems that your people just saw me when I was fighting Lord Beerus. As he first says, but before we get to the fight, he said he powered up a giant final flash and destroyed his Frieza's ship, including all of his men, and says, now let's get to the fight, Frieza. And after some time, let's get to the fight. After some time, Trunks was using his Super Saiyan and Frieza using his final form. Trunks said, well, I have to finish this right now. As Frieza transformed into his golden form and says, let's do this, Saiyan. As Trunks transformed into his Super Saiyan God and said, come on, Frieza, give me everything you got. As Frieza went with his full power and started to attack Trunks. Trunks was a little impressed, but Trunks was actually using 10% of his Super Saiyan God, saying, wow, Frieza, you're actually making me use 10%. I thought your full power would be a little challenge. As Frieza was like, what? 10%? Impossible. Now another Saiyan is stronger than me. As Trunks said, well, my father is still stronger than you, but he's not the strongest Saiyan. As I said, that one there is stronger than this. Is stronger than my father. And any other saying you could think of. As Frieza was now scared, as Trunks powered up a Gallic gun and destroyed Frieza. There was not even a piece left for Frieza. As Frieza was like, no, not another Saiyan destroying me and killing me. And Trunks, before he was gonna destroy the world, he just kicked him up and powered up the Gallic gun and killed him. And after some months, Champa came saying he wants the Super Dragon Balls, and since he wanted to wish for his Earth on his planet, and he says, why don't they have a tournament? As Peter says, okay, Champa, we can have a tournament, and when they had the tournament, the fighters for Universe 7 this time was Trunks, Guinea, Goten, let's say Trunks, Guinea, Goten, Krillin, and Tien. Yeah, Tien here was like at 800 trillion, and Krillin was at 900. It was like at 780 quadrillion. So Tien was actually stronger than Frost and the robot and the bear, but not like Kerber and like someone. Let's just go to the story. Now on the universe, they are still the same. The first fight was Tien versus Begamo. Not like there's the Begramo and Begamo. He fought that bear guy, and he with just one punch, he took him down. Since he was like using about 50% of his power, and he took that one down. And the robot came down second, since he saw that his friend was they just took down his friend. And Tien powered up to about 60% of his power, and took that bag and took the robot down. As Krillin says, he wants to take Frost. As they start fighting with Frost, but Frost uses the needle, and he uses the needle to take down Krillin. And when Tien says he will come down again, he actually fights when he was about to use the needle, Tien saw Frost with his third eye and said, this guy is cheating. And when they took out the needle, as Tien says he wants to fight him again, as Tien used a technique that can bring all of his forearms. As when he did that, Tien was actually beat him down as like a play ball or something. As till Frost passed out, then he threw him out of the ring. And Trunks said he'll come this time, and he taught Kaba how to turn Super Saiyan, but he beat Kaba in his Super Saiyan. And now Kaba was like that's his master now and stuff. Goku was like, and the others were just watching. Now it was time for Hit. Trunks knowing that, like, Trunks knowing from Goku, when Goku told him that there's gonna be a guy named Hit and he has time skip, and Trunks quickly transformed into his Super Saiyan God 2, and when he tried to use his time skip, Trunks always prevented it, since that power wasn't as strong like Lord Beerus. So Trunks actually used about 75% of his power, and let's say 50, and stopped his time skip every time, and powered up a giant Gallic gun, and that Gallic gun Hit uses time skip to let it how can I say this, to like run away or something. But when he did that, Trunks, that was just a distraction for Trunks to actually take him down, since he knew that Hit will use his time skip from the for the Gallic gun, and he took down Hit. As Champa was like very angry at his fighters, that he was very angry that his fighters lost, as that they were weak, as said he was gonna Hakai them. Goku says he's not gonna do any of that. As Champa said, what are you gonna do, you mortal? But when he sensed Goku's power, he saw that, oh, you're not a mortal after all. You are a deity. But said still, you're not gonna do anything. And Vegeta saw that Goku was getting a little angry. As Vegeta says, Champa, don't do that. As Champa saying, why are you protecting this say? Why are you protecting this guy, this Saiyan brother? He says, Champa, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. As Goku went so fast, says, what is it with that way? He saw Goku in front of him. As like, how did you get here? As Goku just with his finger just flicked, and he sent Champa flying away, saying, pathetic. As Hit and the others are like, uh, as Goku like says, you're welcome. As they were like speechless, they couldn't say anything about seeing Goku's power, and with just a flick of his finger, he actually took down Champa. As Champa, when he got back, he didn't, and Zeno came. As Zeno said hello to Goku so fast that no one saw him. He said hello to Gohan, Goten, and Goku so fast that no one else could see them. Even the angels couldn't. There, as Goku says, he says hi. What's your? Zeno says hi. I'm the. Oh, he says hi, Goku. Said they were like, how does he know Goku? As Goku says, well, the ten priests trained me, and I surpassed him in some years, so I know Zeno. And Zeno says, hey, yeah, you missed out the fight. Why don't we have a tournament with all of the universes? As Goku says, that's a great idea. And like when he and Zeno says, okay. He said they went back, and Zamasuye was watching. As he says, I'll tell you that those mortals, and says a mortal stronger than a deity that is that strong, even stronger than a god of destruction. As you saw when Trunks used the power of Super Saiyan God, he says, and that mortal, I don't have to say anything about it, using the power of gods. As he went to the Super Dragon Balls, and he says, Super Dragon Ball says, speak your wish. It says, I wish for that boy Trunks to be. I wish to switch body with Trunks. As the Super Dragon Ball says, your wish has been done, and it actually swap bodies with like future Trunks. Let's say he actually swap bodies with these Trunks. As when Zeno left and they went back, they saw Trunks changed, and Goku saw that this person is not Trunks, it's an imposter. He killed him the moment he saw him, and they wished for, as they went to before they went to Earth, Goku went to planet Namek and wished for a new body for Trunks, and Trunks was brought back to life, but Trunks had another body. As Goku says, we have an imposter who took Trunks' body, but there is no worry. I know who he is, and I'm gonna kill him right away. As says, go on, Goten, Vegeta, Broly, let's go. As they went with Lord Beerus to, and Guinea, come. You can come also. As also you, Trunks, to see who's this imposter and show you the imposter, who the imposter is. Zamasu here was actually about to kill Goasu. As Goku stopped him and says, "You're not gonna kill this man. Like, you're not gonna kill this man." And says, "What? Why would you stop me?" Says, "How dare you stop me?" As Goku says, "You took Trunks' body because he used the power of gods, didn't you?" Says, "Yes, a mortal shouldn't have the power of gods." It says, "But this power of God was given us by, is this power of God that this boy has was given by the gods." It's like saying, still a mortal shouldn't have a power of God. As Goku says, "Well, I try to tell you something, but you don't listen." As he just squished and it just killed Zamasu in an instant, as Zamasu was dead and it was as at peace. And a month passed as it was time for the tournament. Now go the people for Universe 7 was, let's say was Krillin, Tien, Master Roshi, Yamcha, Piccolo, Broly, Vegeta, Goten, Gohan. Okay, the people for Universe 7 was Krillin, Tien, Master Roshi won't be here. It will be Piccolo, Guinea, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, Piccolo, Guinea, then it's Vegeta, then it's Broly, then it's Goten, then it's Gohan, then it's Goku, yeah. As they enter the tournament, Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Goten. Oh, I also forgot Trunks. So let's just say Yamcha also won't be here, and Trunks will take his place. Yeah, Trunks will take his place. So, Goku, Broly, Vegeta, and Gohan stood where when they entered, they saw one strong guy there. At least a guy who can actually take on Piccolo. But Piccolo will still be stronger, because Piccolo, after seeing that how the Z fighters have gotten a little stronger, been trained by Vegeta, he asked Goku instead of Vegeta. He asked Goku, and Goku trained Piccolo for the past month, and Piccolo surpassed all of the Z fighters and was at Jiren's level and even stronger than Jiren in his limit breaker. As Piccolo was saying, "Wow, I'm actually gonna have a challenge with a guy here." As Piccolo, as they says, "Yeah, but go as the four Goku, Gohan, Broly, and Vegeta went on the top and meditated. And while they're meditating,